believe I'm about to get a hand tattoo. What up, my channel? Welcome back to another video. I'm Jessie, and you're watching. Hi, hello, and welcome to this latest vlog. I am very, very excited about this 24-hour reading vlog for so many reasons. I love 24-hour reading vlogs. I'm going to be reading some comics, some graphic novels, and it's just overall going to be a fun time. But, I'm also getting a tattoo today. I am so excited. I have 3 tattoos and none of them are as bold and daring as what I'm about to get today. But before I get into the nitty and the gritty of my tattoos, I want to give a big shout out to the sponsor of today's video, which is Mad Cave. Maverick has sent the very first 3 graphic novels in their young adult imprint. The whole point of the imprint is to offer engaging and creative stories that are universal, where people can truly see themselves in. It's all about kids being independent and fighting for who they truly are. These graphic novels will range from urban fantasy to horror, all genres that I very much enjoy. So let's talk about the 3 graphic novels that Mad Cave sent. The first novel that I have here is Nightmare in Savannah, and this cover is so beautiful. Y'all know I love my horror, and with graphic novels in particular, I always go for horror graphic novels, and this cover would automatically make me pick this up. Like, I love the black and the purple. Black and purple is my favorite color combination next to anything with green, especially yellow and green. So essentially what Nightmare in Savannah is about is young Alexa, who has to move into her grandparents' spare room after her parents are sent to jail. And of course, high school sucks for pretty much everyone, and so she kind of gets taken in by this group of outcasts, another trope that I really, really love, and they get themselves into some paranormal trouble. Next up, we have World Class, where we are following Adrian, the Colombian Canon Molina, who is a soccer star. And he is accepted and enrolled into this elite prep school in London, where he meets Titan, who is the star of the school. And Titan is so amazing at his game that it throws Adrian off of his game, and anxiety causes him to not perform the way that he is used to. This one I'm very excited about, especially because it has Latin representation, and that always gets me. And I don't know what it is about sports narratives. I love books that have sports in them, especially if they are like sports comedies and sports like romancy novels. Ignore the dog that's barking. I don't know what his problem is, which is really funny because I'm not a fan of sports, but for some reason books surrounding sports always get me. I don't know what it is. It's so weird. Comment down below if you're the same. Then we have Needle and Thread. This title I'm also extremely excited about, because we are following a boy who wants to be a clothing designer, but his parents don't approve. Costume design is absolutely his heart and soul, and it just breaks his heart that his parents aren't down. And then we are following Azuri, who also has like secret hobbies and beloved dreams of her own that her hyper strict parents don't approve of. And I'm very excited. They also sent a ton of bookmarks. They are blue and pink, and they say find yourself within the pages. And then they also have some stickers in here, so I'm excited to make journal spreads with these stickers because I love journaling, like the books that I'm reading. So the Maverick social media page is linked down below, and if you want to get 10% off of these graphic novels or any of their graphic novels, use the code bowties10. One lucky winner is going to receive all 3 of these graphic novels. So all you have to do is subscribe to the Maverick YouTube channel and comment in the description with the name of the graphic novel that you want. Okay, now I need to figure out which of these 3 books that I want to start with, which is frustrating because I genuinely am excited about all of them. Like, they're very different stories, which is pretty cool, but they're all stories that I would want to read and would pick up if I were at, you know, a comic book store. So I think we're gonna start dark. Let's start with Nightmare in Savannah, and I'll check in with y'all later.
Who's a good girl? Who's a good girl?
Hi cuties, hello. Just got back from the dog park. I wanted to give a reading update for Nightmare in Savannah. I am kind of concerned that I started with this book because I just have a feeling that this is going to be my favorite book of the video and all the other ones are going to be struggling to live up to this one. I am flying through this. I'm just under halfway through and I'm not reading it, and I'm reading it fast because I just genuinely cannot wait to see what's on the next page. I have not been this like absorbed by a graphic novel in so long. One of the things that I really love about this book is the female-female friendship and the way that it's handled, like the complexities that exist between groups of girls. It is honestly amazing. It's so good. And I don't know if any of y'all remember the movie The Craft, the original Craft film. That is literally this vibe. These girls are literally the girls from The Craft. I swear they're, oh my god, they're so good. The other thing that I'm really loving about this book is the fae. The fae, like fairies have never particularly interested me, but the way that the fae is done in this book is amazing. The fae are red-eyed, they have claws, they have pointy ears, they can bewitch you. There's all these like rules and powers that they have. They're definitely not the good guys, and I'm enjoying that representation versus like the cute things that live in the forest. I'm so impressed, really into it. Like I cannot put this book down. I'm telling you, it's so good. And on like, and kind of to end certain scenes on this page that kind of will share rules and give you more information about the fae. Like for example, beguilement, a fairy's greatest weapon. Never dance with fairies, eat food prepared by fairies, let fairies play with your hair, or make any type of deal with fairies. All of these can lead to beguilement. And then it kind of foreshadows what happens in the next chapter in a very delicious way. And then you get to see what happens when you allow a fairy to do those things. It's really good. Like I cannot wait to finish this. I do have to get going because my tattoo appointment was moved up. It was originally going to be at 5:30, but the artists like finished with their last client early and they asked if I could come in and I said yes. So I'm going to go do that. Like I just got back from the dog park, got the text, kind of like took Akasha out, rushed home. And Akasha like definitely was tired out, so it was honestly perfect timing, but I'm terrified. I'm so freaking scared. I'm getting a hand tattoo in memory of my abuelita who passed on December 15th of COVID in 2020. And I've been thinking since she passed about how to commemorate her with a tattoo. And when she was 13, she got a tattoo on her hand that said hate. And I wanted to get the same tattoo, but because it's 2022, I just didn't feel it would give to get a tattoo with that word. And so instead I decided to get a tattoo on my hand that represented my abuela. And abuela is absolutely obsessed with the moon. She was very spiritually connected to the moon. She would go out every single night without fail and look at the moon. She would drag us out of bed so that we could see the moon. It just meant a whole lot to her. And so I'm going to be getting the lunar phases tattooed on my left hand, as well as some dots representing her descendants. So me, my abuela, of course, mama, and my first brother. So scared, especially because I have pretty severe nerve damage in my left hand as a result of an injury and then subsequent surgery. So I'm terrified, like, but thankfully my patrons have been coaching me through it. Like, my patrons saw the original design like 2 months ago. I've talked to them about like this entire process, and they're gonna see this video first. So I just want to say thank you to the patrons for like carrying me through this process, because genuinely you're making me so much less concerned about it. It's like been such a comfort. Like, my patrons were literally giving me pep talk yesterday because I was freaking out. But yeah, so I think it's time to stop stalling. I'm gonna go get this tattoo done, and I cannot believe I'm about to get a hand tattoo. Not just one hand tattoo, but several.
Yep.
Hello. After the tattoo, I was just exhausted. So much adrenaline, so many emotions. The experience was amazing, but I came home and drank some water and just passed out. And so now it's like 10 o'clock at night, and I just have been on the couch finishing Savannah, Nightmare in Savannah. And before I talk about this, I wanted to share my experiences getting tattooed, getting 6 hand tattoos. So obviously they have to be taped until morning. Since my abuela had a hand tattoo and was obsessed with the moon, I decided to get the lunar phases tattooed. And I knew that I wanted to get 4 dots representing stars somewhere else on the hand. And so I wanted those stars to represent us as a family. And the tattoo artist was amazing because they did one big star that represents abuelita, and then the littlest star is me, the middle star is mama, and then this star is my first brother. We just simply love how they came out. Like, the tattoo artist is amazing. Their name is Emmy. They own Jackalope Tattoo, and they are non-binary and Japanese and just wonderful. And I felt so safe and welcome in that space. My next tattoo with Emmy is going to be, designed by them. Obviously, it's going to be with them. It's going to be a snake tattoo. Y'all know. That's the vibe. Because I just wanted my abuelita to be part of this experience, I took some things from the altar that I have erected for her, and I set up the things so that I could, look at her and, feel her spirit during the whole process. So I had 2 photos. One was a photo of her and me as a baby, and then another was a photo taken on the same day of her and mama. And they are just like 2 photos that I've always really, really loved. And then I also had the Calavera woman that Starla made for me. This was a gift that they made for me on our first meeting, and it gives me a lot of strength. And then I was burning my Chile Rojo candle because Chile Rojo is designed to ward off evil spirits, and we just wanted good vibes. And I also wanted to send that good energy to mi abuelita wherever she is. And it all felt right. It was so good. Was not too painful at all. Like, these fingers, this one didn't hurt. The only fingers that hurt were these 2, and this is where the most nerve damage is concentrated, so that made sense. And then this did not hurt at all. I honestly am like kind of thinking about getting another tattoo on this hand. Like, I didn't think I would want it, but man, like, I want my other hand tatted so funking bad. Let's talk about Nightmare in Savannah, though. Not like real talk. I promise I'm not just saying this because it's sponsored by Maverick. This is one of my new favorite graphic novels of all time, period. I highly recommend you buy this book. It is amazing. It's like Murals meets The Craft, meets The Heathers. It's like they start taking revenge on their bullies and their teacher and just people in their lives that have hurt them. And it becomes a fun thing at first, but then it becomes, hey, I think we're going too far. And you get to see the magic corrupt these girls and their bonds, their friendships. One of these girls does something, 2 of these girls does something so disturbing. My jaw was open. I was not expecting like plot twists. Amazing, like amazing. The letters, the colors, the paneling, all of it. Like, it told the story so beautifully and immaculately. And on top of that, the sapphic romance, and it is Sapphic-a-thon, the monthly Sapphic readathon that I co-host with Jan. And this month's co-host is Starla, and we're just all really enjoying our Sapphic reads. This romance is amazing. It is so sweet, and the romance, so this girl who is a part of the romance, she takes care of her disabled mother, which I relate a lot to. And then she also has a pretty severe skin condition that's the most evident on her face. And I loved that representation, and also seeing the way that living with this skin condition has affected her personality and the way she moves through the world. It's just brilliant. I think that it's concluded, but I really, really want a second book from them, from this world. Like, it's amazing. I want character art. It's so good. There's so much more I could say about this, but we're gonna stop here. So the next book I think we're gonna switch to is, let's go with the soccer graphic novel. It's in the living room. So I'm going to get started with that, and I'll check in with y'all later. Good morning, cuties. Today is a new day. It is about 10 o'clock. Woke up at 9. And it's funny because like I went home after the tattoo and basically just slept. And I slept in. And it's just so weird because normally I just like pop up like a gopher pretty early on. But yeah, I don't know if it was just like the excitement of the tattoo or whatever, but here I am. In 2 hours, I have the patron live show, our monthly exclusive live show, and then we're gonna do our monthly buddy watch, and the movie that my patrons voted on is Blade, and I'm so excited to watch Blade because that was my movie. I used to see that with my first father. I went to see it with my first father in theaters, and Blade kind of just was our thing because we both were really into superheroes. And yeah, so that is really exciting. I have some book mail here, and I want to give an update on World Class as well. So yeah, we're gonna save that. Also, if you are potentially interested in the Patreon, this month's patron dedicated video was me talking about things that I hate about booktube. So okay, all right. So, oh, this is really cool. This is really, really cool. I love Levin Garrido because they just have the most creative books. So this book here is called The Dove in the Belly, and it's by Jim Grimsley. And let's see what you're about. Oh, it's a YA debut with this cover? This is not giving YA. Basically, it's about the lives of two very different boys who have no models for what their love can look like. Oh, it's queer. Fun. And then I have a box here from Amazon, Akasha's favorite. We all know how much she loves me opening cardboard boxes. She's staring at me from across the room. She hates cardboard boxes. It's okay. It's okay, Akasha. It's just a little box. Come here. It's okay. Good girl. Yes, good girl. No, and she went to the bedroom. She hates it. Like the sound just terrifies her, the poor thing. Okay, I'm trying to do this without hurting my nails. So exciting. Oh my gosh, someone sent me something from Amazon. Okay, let's look at the note. Ooh, it's a long note. Oh, it's from Paulina. I love you, Paulina. Enjoy some creepy and gruesome tales. Y'all are wonderful, and I'm so happy I found the community that y'all have created. Sending all the love. Hope the tattoo is everything and more. Paulina, no, I'm gonna cry. Like Paulina and us were talking about how scared we were about getting that tattoo, and she was just very encouraging. So, oh my God, what is it? And I've been in a very creepy, spooky, ooky mood. So, ooh, it's a hardcover. Oh my God. So we have a book recommendations thread in our patron Discord. And one of the first recommendations was The Sister Who Ate Her Brothers and Other Gruesome Tales by Jen Campbell. And I was like, oh my God, that sounds so good. And so I added it to my wish list, and Paulina got it. Thank you. That's so sweet. Apparently these are like really disturbing, but also they've made some of the patrons cry, and I'm here for both of that. Here's the man who likes to eat children. Here's the castle that screams in the night. Here are the souls trapped under the sea. The book contains 14 gruesome tales from around the world. Shall we take a closer look? Take my hand, follow me. We don't want you to lose your way. I'm sold. wow. Thank you, Paulina. Oh my God. Like, today's gonna be an amazing day. I can just tell. Okay, so let's talk about world class. I got just over halfway in this last night, and this is giving me more than I was expecting. I wasn't expecting all of the commentary on racism in soccer and financial privilege in soccer. The main character, Adrian, is experiencing so much bullying at the school and feels very othered, and it sucks. And he kind of forms this alliance and friendship with this Afro Latino, and who also went through the same thing. And it's just really, 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 really touching. And I was not expecting any of that. One thing I really do like is the soccer scenes. The action scenes are very clear and easy to follow. Like, the paneling is brilliant, and I love the way that the colors are used to tell the story. Like, it kind of gives superhero, you know. It's really good. It's really engaging. I am liking it a lot. I'm very much enjoying it. So so what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna make myself some mud water, which is my coffee alternative, and then I'll have to get ready, you know, shower and get ready for the Patreon live show. So yeah, I think I'm about here. So next time I check in, I will be done with this. An easy 5-star. Wow, it got queer and touching. There were a couple twists. Was not expecting to give it 5 stars. I was thinking maybe 4.25. Easy 5. That was a damn good comic. So we want to give an update for Needle and Thread because we are approximately halfway through. This book is catching us by surprise. We were expecting kind of like a sweet story about these two kids finding themselves, and there's a lot more going on than that. Like, the boy character, who is really into sewing, is fighting like every step of the way to pursue his dream. Like, the book kind of opens up with him having a confrontational scene with his parents where he's really like defending his love for sewing and saying like, no, this is a valid career, and he's pushing back against his parents. And normally when you have a main character in YA who has like a secret passion, they don't really stand up to their parents. And then there's a scene also really early on where he's defending his love, his choice for a career in front of all of his peers during like this classroom presentation. And they're like, okay, well, you know, what are you gonna do with an arts degree? Like, how are you gonna make money? And, you know, it's just like really cool to see him very out front being like, no, this is a career that matters, and I'm gonna do it whether or not y'all approve. So that's really interesting. I haven't seen that before. And then Azuri, the girl who is the daughter of like this politician, and she's like head cheerleader, she is on track to be valedictorian, she's class president, like she has to be perfect, and her parents genuinely put a lot of pressure. Like, it's not her feeling this pressure and taking it upon herself. It's her parents literally outright saying like, you can only hang out with these kinds of people, you need to dress this way, and like really controlling every aspect of her presentation and who she is, how she speaks, how she walks, how she talks. And it's exhausting. And you find out that she's secretly a big old nerd, like blonde, blue eyes, very pretty, but underneath that, a huge nerd, like sneaks out to go play arcade games and dresses like in all Hot Topic fashions. And she has like the secret dream of being a cosplayer. And so right now where we are is I can't remember his name, but he encounters her at a mall when she's like in her, you know, secret costume. And they kind of devise this plan for him to design a cosplay outfit for her. And then they're gonna like enter it into this competition or something like that and kind of just like come out to the world as who they are. And I'm really, really, really enjoying it thus far. Very, very much so. So that is gonna be the update so far. In a half hour, we have the Patreon watch, buddy watch for Blade. We're so excited. I was just telling my patrons that if we enjoy Blade, we might also buddy watch movies 2 and 3 this month, just like as an extra Patreon perk. So we're very excited about that. And we just had the live show. The live show went great. So I'm hoping to finish this ASAP so I can get this vlog up to date for the patrons. Oh my God. So there's a scene where the two kids are like opening up to each other about why they are so connected to like their hobbies of choice. Azuri says, I acted out scenes by myself. It was a welcome escape that led to secret online acting classes. It came naturally, I guess, because I'm always someone else in public. Comics gave me something to work towards, a dream. So relatable. You know, and so she's like, how did you get into it? And he's like, Abuelita, she taught me almost everything I know about sewing. It wasn't my thing back then. It was ours. I think of her every time I finish a piece. Sorry, she passed a few years ago, but I can't let it go. I love it so much. I'm sorry. Just like reading this on my abuela's birthday. Like right after I got the tattoos. And like finding out that this boy is Afro-Latinx, because I knew that he was Black, like, okay, that's it. I have to stop because I'm gonna cry. Hello cuties. Hi, wanted to give a reading update for Needle and Thread. I finished this book last night, so did all of this within 24 hours. Feeling very good, very proud of it. But again, I just like was so wiped and I went to bed early.
That's not true.
I laid on the couch and played Traffic Puzzle for an embarrassingly long amount of time. And then I fell asleep to I Love Lucy. It's the best show in the world. Comment down below if you are like me and love watching old black and white television programs. And I don't know if y'all know, but Lucille Ball and what's his name? Desi Arnaz, they were the first interracial couple on television. Just love the show. It's so freaking funny. Like, it's amazing. So as far as Needle and Thread, I did complete this book. Completed Needle and Thread, and man, do I have thoughts. So this is a tender, touching story that packs a big punch, and I was not expecting all of the nuance. These characters, like out of all of the books that I read, these characters feel the most complete, which says a lot because the characters in Nightmare in Savannah and in World Class all felt fully realized, but these feel like 110% real people. The character work in this book is exquisite. It is phenomenal. You'll get really good representation of a male-female friendship, complex family dynamics, and some of the most detailed paneling that I've read in this vlog. Like, it is truly a complete book from start to finish. I ended up giving this 5 out of 5 stars, but this is not my favorite of all the books. It's actually really funny because my favorite of the books is in order of how I read them. Like Nightmare in Savannah, by far the first favorite. Then we're following World Class, and then we are topping it off with Needle and Thread. Just amazing. Like, I'm really, really pleased with how this little experimenting with a new comic book publisher went. Very, very pleased. So again, if you want to enter the giveaway, that information is going to be in the description box below. It will be very clear and clarifying in case anything I said earlier on in the video is like unclear. If you want to get your first order for 10% off, use the code bowties10. Highly recommend, even if it's like not for you, highly recommend getting one of these books for a young person in your life or an adult who you feel would really, really connect with these themes. But yeah, that's gonna do it for this video. Thanks again to my patrons for being just a wonderful support system and network. I love y'all so much. If you want to become a patron, the link is in the description box below, but all my social media links are in the description box if you want to catch me elsewhere. So until next time, stay safe, be good to yourselves, be good to others, and I can't wait to see you in my next video.